Chopsticks. Once upon a time, a woman was granted one wish of visiting both heaven and hell. She arrived in a great banquet hall at the lunchtime. Delicious food and drinks were laid on the tables. Around the tables were sitting miserable, starved, and fatigued people. "Why are they like this?" the woman asked the angel. "Look at their arms," the angel replied. She saw that attached to the people's arms were gigantic chopsticks, which were around 3 feet in length. Because of the length of the chopsticks, they were not able to reach the food. They kept falling to the floor, so they were hungry. "Indeed, this is hell. Take me away," said the woman, looking at the pitiful scene. She was then taken to heaven, where it was time for supper. Around the table sat people laughing, content. "No chopsticks, I suppose," she said. "Oh yes, there are. Look, the chopsticks are the same as those in hell. Here, people have learned to feed one another." Mencius' mother moved 3 times. Mencius' father died when he was very young. His mother had to raise him alone. At the beginning, she lived with Mencius near a cemetery where funerals and religious activities were conducted daily. Mencius and other children used to imitate these funeral activities. Seeing this, his mother said, "No, I can't let my son live here." So they moved to live next to a marketplace. Now Mencius began imitating his new neighbor, who was a butcher. His mother became more upset. "This is not the place I would like to raise my son," she said anxiously. As a result, they moved again. Finally, they settled down near a school in which all the people treated one another politely. All the officials, the scholars, and the students went to Confucius' temple regularly. Inspired by this, Mencius started imitating the courtesy behavior and studying good habits. His mother was now satisfied and said, "This is the place where my son should live." The story shows the importance of environment in and around us. Fine silk cocoons. The Emperor of China, Huangdi, and his wife, Xi Ling, loved their people and always thought of their happiness. During those times, the people in China wore clothes made of skins. With time, the animals started decreasing and the people did not know what to wear. The Emperor and the Empress tried to find some other way of clothing them, but to no avail. One morning, Emperor Huangdi and his wife Xi Ling were walking into the palace garden. They saw some worms on the mulberry trees. Suddenly, the Empress said, "Look, Xi Ling, they seem to be spinning." Xi Ling looked and saw a long thread coming from the mouth of each, and each little worm was winding the thread around its body. In some days, all the worms had spun cocoons. Xi Ling was amazed to see this wonderful thing. She kept thinking about it for days. Xi Ling, the goddess of the silk worm. One morning, Xi Ling said to the Emperor, "I can find a way to weave those long threads into cloth." "But how will you unwind the threads?" asked the Emperor. "I will find a way," Xi Ling said. After many attempts, she did find the way. She put the cocoons in a hot place and the worms soon died. Then she put the cocoons in the boiling water to make the threads soft. She could finally unwind the threads. Now she needed to weave the threads into cloth. After trying many times, she made their first ever loom. Xi Ling taught others how to weave, and soon all the people were making cloth from the threads of the silkworm. Xi Ling came to be regarded as the goddess of the silkworm. Whenever the emperor walked into the garden with Xi Ling, they loved to watch the silkworm spinning threads, which could then be turned into cloth for the people of their kingdom.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.